No. You don't do that. I don't care if you've had 49 vodka tonics or whatever else. You don't do that. Now you show up drinking again.
Yesterday.
Mr. Bodges.
Yes, sir.
Alcohol basically dissipates at the rate of 0.125 per hour. That means if you stopped drinking at 11:30, you were somewhere in the neighborhood of about a 2.0. I can do the math easily if you're interested in an exact reading. So if you're telling me you haven't drank since yesterday, then you were highly intoxicated before you went to bed. And that's your prerogative. If you don't have a bond condition that says you can't drink. Heather, I would like you to check and see the felony that Mr. Bodges has, whether or not he has a no alcohol provision in there.
What is the first name, Judge, on him?
Ronald, R-N-A-L-D. We burned it over. I don't remember. It's a felony. I don't remember if I
Okay,
did.
okay, that's why I'm looking at. Okay, so it's a bound over case.
Right.
With Judge Hessen?
When did this get bound over? Just
Did your
recently?
case get bound over from district court, Mr. Bodges? When were you in district court on the felony charge, sir?
Was it?
I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you.
I'm sure. So maybe.
October, he thinks.
No, Your Honor, I think it's November
Oh,
3rd.
I do see one in here that was bound over on November 18th.
Was that mine or Judge Hessen's?
This one was yours.
Is there a no alcohol provision in that?
Let me take a look on this one. Yes.
That's what I thought. John, I'm not going to swear you to an oath. You took a PBT reading this morning on Mr. Bodges, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
State your name.
It's John City.
I didn't mean to stump you.
Yeah, that's how to think about it for a minute.
Point 0.088 he had, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so I think probation needs to notify, or somebody needs to notify the courthouse, whatever judge is assigned, that Mr. Bodges showed up here. And this is the second day. He smelled of alcohol last time. I didn't have him tested last time, which I guess was last Tuesday or on the 27th. So, I don't think you can handle this case while you're drunk, Mr. Bodges.
I'm looking for a term right now. I got a call two of them last week. Four of them last week. I too poor for legal aid and made too much for paid legal aid. So I called a couple personal lawyers. And I just got paid first.
You're to come here without drinking next week. That was what I told you to do when I set the bond on that case. Now you got now according to her, and I'm not going to get into this, you got a felony. What's the charge again?
That charge was, let me make sure. There was three counts. The first count was assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder. Count 2, assault with dangerous weapon. And count 3, assault with dangerous weapon, felonies, assault.
So you got a 10-year felony and 2 4-year felonies pending.
Yes, sir.
And you're violating a judge's bond conditions. Now, if I had jurisdiction, I'd lock you up right now. Once I sign that bind over certificate, I don't have jurisdiction, which is why we're going to notify the court. Counsel, I'm adjourning this 1 week. If you come here, I'm giving you a PBT again. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And next time, I'm not going to adjourn it. There's going to be consequences for you showing up here like that. I'm going to adjourn it 1 week to February. What do I have? The 9th, is it?
Yes, February 9th at 9:30, Your Honor.
At 9:30 in the morning. Ma'am, did you drive here? You're not going to let him drive, right? Because that would be a crime. Okay? That's all I can do, Mr. Capitan.
Thank you.
You need to straighten out your life. Good luck. Thank you. Granite versus, let's see, I think I've covered all the granites, haven't I?
Yeah, you covered all the granite, and I just have Bridgewood and Orleans Place.
Let me call those Bridgewood versus Brianna Avila and Derek King Jr., 2600189.
John, excuse me, John Capitan appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Are they here?
I did not have them check in, Your Honor.
Excuse me. Okay, counsel, you paid for a second mailing. I'll take it. You can take a default.
We did, Your Honor.
Okay.
Rent is $1,463. There's one late fee for $75. Filing and service fees are $154.18. Attorney's fees of $75. That brings it to a total of $1,767.18. So we
I'm
we
sorry.
asked for
Say that again, 1,700.
$1,767.18.
Okay. Default judgments entered. Defendants failed to appear. Judgment will enter. Writ date will be February the 12th. The amount to be paid to save it from the issuance of writ is 1,767.18. You have Orleans too, right?
Yes, I do.
Orleans Place versus Melissa Bryant or Carlisha Bryant, 2600192. Is Carlisha Bryant here?
I did not have her check in, Your Honor.
Counsel, you can take a default on this one if you'd like.
All right, Your Honor, we move for default judgment of possession. The rent to retain is $2,259. One late fee of $75. Filing fee and service fees of $103.54. And then there's the attorney fee of $75 for a total of $2,512.54.
Defendant failed to appear. Default judgment will enter. Writ date will be February 12th. The amount to be paid to save is 2,512.54.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
I think that's it. Have a great day.
Yep.
Thank
You
you.
too. Bye-bye.
Tanglewood versus Billy Miller and Kimberly Miller. File number 2600225. Good morning, Mr. Joseph.
Good morning,
I did
Judge.
not have either Miller's check in.
So you can take a default, Mr. Joseph. State your appearance, please. And
Thank you, Judge Joe Joseph, for the plaintiff.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. At this time, we would move the court for entry of a default judgment for possession only. The rent to retain is for $1,464.36. We have a late fee of $50, and then the court costs are $229.18. Total judgment request is $17.43.54 with a writ date of February 12th.
Defendants failed to appear. Writ date will be February the 12th. Defendants entitled to a judgment. The judgment amount will be $1743.54. And again, the writ date, February the 12th. Tanglewood versus John Paul, 2600227. Paul or Pal is the last name, Pall.
Did not have him check in, Your Honor.
A lot of no-shows today. Okay, you can go ahead and take your default.
Thank you again, Judge Joe Joseph, for the plaintiff. At this time, Judge, we do move the court for entry of a default judgment possession only. Rent to retain is $1,237.07. We also have a late fee of $50. Court costs $189.79, and that totals $14.76.86. We would be seeking a default judgment of that amount with a writ date of February 12th.
Defendant failed to appear. The default judgment will enter. Writ date will be February 12th. The amount to be paid to save it from the issuance of writ is $14.76.86. Tanglewood versus Alicia Shabazz,
Your Honor.
2600228. Yes.
She is actually the owner of the home, and Jamie Rogers is the occupant, which she is out there.
Okay. Is Alicia Shabazz here?
No, Your Honor, she is not. Just Jamie Rogers, the occupant.
All right, ma'am, your name?
Hi, my name is Jamie Rogers.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph, your appearance.
Thank you, Judge Joe Joseph, for the plaintiff.
All right, so Shabazz didn't show up. You're entitled to a default versus Shabazz, but Jamie Rogers is an occupant. Ms. Rogers, did you listen to and understand the rights?
Yes, sir.
Do you wish to speak to an attorney?
No, not at this time.
You intend to apply for funding?
Yes.
You intend to apply for funding?
Yes, sir.
You have 5 days to provide proof that you've submitted an application for funding. You'll have to bring it up to the courthouse. I'm going to give you an adjournment. I'm gone the week of, President's Day is my next docket, so we're going to have to move it to the 23rd, Mr. Joseph. I mean, I have to give 14 days, right? So
Yeah.
February 23rd at what
At
time?
9:30.
At 9:30. So ma'am, we need you to bring all that proof up here that you've made your application for funding within 5 days. Mr. Joseph, what is the total? I don't need a breakdown. Total balance owed.
Total balance, this includes February rent, Judge, $2,281.55.
So that's what he thinks you owe, ma'am. 228,155. Okay, so you apply for funding, come up with other money, and try to be able to pay that by the 23rd. Okay.
By the 23rd.
I mean, I'm gonna have to give my judgment on that day if
Okay.
you're denied funding as an example. If you're not, if it's still pending, I have another option. But I'm just saying, start to gather your money.
Oh, I'm working on it right now. We just had a minor setback. My husband, he just, he couldn't work for 8 weeks, so that
Okay.
kind of just.
All right. Well, I wish you well, and we'll
Thank
see
you
you
so
on
much.
the
I appreciate it.
23rd. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Tanglewood versus Antoinette Arnold, 2505193. Antoinette Arnold, state your name.
Antoinette Arnold.
Mr. Joseph.
Thank you, Judge Joe Joseph, for the plaintiff.
All right, so I've adjourned this 2 or 3 times for you, and now today is the date scheduled. I don't remember, you did not have your decision on the funding, or you didn't, what happened with the application for funding?
So I just got approved for funding on Friday. MHDSS is going to help me. They're not going to pay the full thing. They're going to pay 580 of the balance that's due, and then I'm responsible for the rest.
Okay.
And I just got a new job, Judge. So my last job, I had the lady that we were working for ran off with the money. We didn't get our checks. They owe us 4 checks. So they said we have to get it from the bankruptcy lawyer because the lady that ran off with the money, the company went bankruptcy. So that's why only reason I'm in a bind right now. But I got a new job and I can have everything paid by February the 20th.
All right, let's do this. Give me your breakdown, counsel, as to what is owed, okay?
Yeah, Judge. We show rent. Again, this is going to include February, $2,034.39. We have 2 late fees that total 100, so 50 each, and then court costs are 189.79, and that brings the total amount to 23.24 and 18 cents.
All right, so if they're gonna pay 580, that means you're still gonna be on the hook, ma'am, for somewhere in the neighborhood of about $1,744. So, any objection to that, counsel? Her paying in full by the 20th?
So I don't have the authority, Judge. Obviously, the court has its own discretionary powers, but I would have to object. Normally, I can work with, but this is kind of an older case. So
That's all right. I'll take it out of your hands. Ma'am, I can give you till the 20th. All right, ma'am? I
Thank
will
you,
do
Judge.
that following hearing, but you have to make sure you get all the money to them by the 20th. If you don't, you have to vacate. If you haven't vacated, haven't paid, they're going to evict you. You understand that, right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so February 20th, and you can mark that down after hearing. Okay, counsel?
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you have more for me?
I have one other case, Judge, and it is Woodhaven Place
Yeah,
versus Anderson.
you're all set, Ms. Arnold. Just make sure you get that payment in by then. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge. Y'all have a great day. Bye
You
now.
too, thanks. Woodhaven Place versus Daryl Anderson, 2600146. Anderson,
Your Honor,
Joe.
I did not have him check in.
you can take a default on this, Mr. Joseph.
Thank you, Judge. Joe Joseph for the plaintiff. At this point, we would move the court for entry of a default judgment, possession only. The rent to retain is $4,945.65. We have 2 late fees totaling $140. Court costs are $178.54, and that total amount of the judgment is for $52.64, 19 cents, and we would be seeking a writ date of February 12th.
Defendant failed to appear. Writ date will be February the 12th. The amount to be paid to save it is $52.64.19. You are all set. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too, Judge. Thank you.
Riverside Townhomes versus Andrea Nicole Martinez, 2600145. Ms. Martinez, your name?
Andrea Martinez.
Nice and loud for me, okay? Mr. Mudar, your appearance? Mr. Mudar?
Yes, Your Honor.
I need your appearance. Start your video, please.
Understood. Just a hot second, Your Honor. I'm getting into a parking lot so I can properly address you.
Ms. Martinez, state your name again, nice and loud.
Andrea Martinez.
Mr. Mudar?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your
Good
name?
morning. Maxfield Mudar on behalf of plaintiff.
Ma'am, did you listen to and understand the rights on the video?
Yes, I did.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
No.
Do you intend to apply for funding?
No.
All right. Counsel, why don't you tell me the total balance without a breakdown right now?
Your Honor, this is a termination of tenancy matter. We're simply asking for the return of the property.
I'm sorry. Ma'am, why don't you have to leave?
I'm sorry. Why don't I have to leave?
Yeah, I'm assuming the tenancy expired, counsel, and begin month to month. Is that what happened?
No, this is a matter of an unauthorized occupant. The defendant, I believe, had her mother living with her, and they initially went through the process of attempting to add the mother onto the lease, but the mother didn't pass the background check, so now they're asking for the return of the property.
Oh, geez.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's not actually what's going on. It's actually my mother's house, and she does have a lease. The notice to quit isn't actually accurate. She doesn't have a criminal background, so I'm not clear if they've got us mixed up or what the case was here.
Who's on the lease here, Mr. Mudar?
Your Honor, I believe be the named defendant, Miss Andrea Nicole Martinez. But if that's not the case, I would need to take a look at that and make that determination. This is all news to me, Your Honor.
So they allege that your mother resides with you. She's not on the lease, and your mother's criminal record does not allow her to be approved for the residence. You're telling me that the lease is actually in your mother's name?
Yes, sir.
Well, were you approved to be on the lease?
They never said I wasn't. I did turn in an application to be put on the lease as requested.
Where's your mother?
She's here.
Well, let's bring her up.
Okay.
How you
Good
doing,
morning.
ma'am? How you
Good
doing?
morning.
What
I'm
is your
fine, thank
name?
you. Rebecca A. Fry.
Is it FRY?
Frye.
Who's on the lease there, ma'am? You or your daughter?
I am. I have been residing here for 13 years with the lease in my name. I recently had a medical illness and I had asked my daughter if she would come and stay and help assist me with some of the things since this is a bi-level here, where I got to go up the stairs for, carrying my laundry and
How
stuff.
long ago did you have the surgery? And I don't need to know anything more particular about the surgery.
June
I'm sorry?
June of 2025.
All right, so you're talking almost 8 months.
It wasn't actually surgery. It was kind of like, I don't know how they kind of actually were saying there's something wrong with my liver, so I didn't get an operation. It was a drainage.
All right, here's what we're doing.
Okay.
Counsel, why don't you check into this? Ma'am?
Yes. Yes.
No, I'm not talking to you yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm gonna adjourn this a week. I'm gonna let everybody figure everything out. We'll come back here. Let me just give you some food for thought here. Ms. Fry, if you are on the lease, you can't have an unauthorized occupant living with you. You mentioned that she moved in with you to help you from some medical procedure. I don't want to talk about the medical procedure. Now, you might find a judge sympathetic, but this is 8 months now. So it must have been really, really, really serious for you to still need help. And that, by the way, is something that I cannot just write my own rules here. Mr. Mudar, why don't you talk to them before they come back? We'll adjourn this 1 week to February the 9th at
10:30, Your Honor.
and let's figure out, did you have a criminal charge on your record of some kind, Ms. Martinez?
Do I? Yes, very old ones.
Very old. They can't be that old. You're not that old. What years?
2014, I
That's
want to
not
say.
very old. That's, huh? I was still old back then. Was 14. Okay, well, that's part of the problem here, I think. So I'll move this. I'll let you guys talk February 9th at 10:30. Is your manager here from Riverside right now, Mr. Mudar?
Your Honor, I don't believe so.
Tell your lawyer, your manager, I would like her to be here or him to be here next week. They can appear by Zoom.
Thank you, Your
Okay,
Honor.
do you have any more of these?
Your Honor, I believe this is the only one. And then are the parties, in addition to the manager, able to appear by Zoom or just the property manager?
Everybody
Thank you, Your Honor.
can appear by Zoom. Okay, thanks. HP Foreclosure Solution versus Woodrow Dawson, 2600156.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Devlin, P72877 for the plaintiff.
Good morning, Mr. Devlin. What is this? Your name, sir?
Yes, it's Woodrow Dawson.
All right, counsel, what is your allegation here?
Our allegation is that the property has some damage to it that threatens my client's investment after an inspection from foreclosure by advertisement.
What happened? They bought it at a mortgage foreclosure, right?
Yes, my client did that. We inspected the property. We found
Redemption period expired, right?
not yet, Your Honor. We inspected the property and we lost track of Mr. Dawson and communicating with him about some issues we found with the inspection. And so we filed this action. Really just like to talk to him again, to make sure that everything is still okay with the property.
When did the mortgage sale, the foreclosure sale take place?
October 16th, Your Honor.
So you guys wanted termination on the basis that there's language in there that says that the property has to be kept in a reasonably habitable manner and you want a immediate writ, is that right?
Not exactly at this point, Your Honor. I think my client just wants to be able to re-inspect the property after the initial inspection and ensure that the issues that we found at that initial inspection have been taken care of.
Come here, let me talk to you a second. I hate these, by the way.
I know you do, Your Honor.
Well, I think any judge worth 5 cents hates these. I mean, you're saying bring your exterior ingress / steps to code at back door.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that the main complaint?
That is the main complaint, Your Honor.
That's ridiculous. I want to know if there's a judge around, and don't tell me now on this YouTube here. Don't tell me now if there's, I don't, that is ridiculous. That was not the intent of this statutory language. And I'm unless you can tell me something else, what's wrong with the code? What's wrong with the steps? Can you tell me?
No, yeah,
I'm dismissing your case unless you can tell me something real quick, Mr. Devlin. I hate these. And I'm not the only judge that would hate these. It's ridiculous. They get the property and they can't wait to get their hands on it. These people still have the right to redeem the property. What do you have to say? Anything else? Otherwise, I'm dismissing this.
Your Honor, the stairs don't exist.
What's that?
The stairs don't exist. It's not, there are no back stairs and there is.
I'm dismissing your action. You guys can take an appeal.
Understood, Your Honor.
Do you have any stairs in the back?
no stairs on the compound.
How long is, when you bought it, were there stairs on the compound?
No stairs on the compound. Bought this
When did you buy it?
2023 of 12/26. 12/26/2023.
Are you gonna be able to redeem this property?
This is why I am here today, Your Honor, because I wanted to alert you that I have had no right or statutory right for redemption. And so
Wait a minute.
Yes.
I don't have anything to do with the sales that happened.
No,
No,
the deed.
I want you to listen to me. son.
Okay,
Okay? I don't have anything to do. All they come to the district court for is to ask us for possession of the property when the redemption period is passed. In this case, they're coming to us and asking us for redemption, early writ being issued, I should say, and executed upon, in this case, because of the violation of the code that you don't have any stairs. That's what they're doing. You're going to have to talk to a lawyer about how to redeem it. You're going to have to figure out what the redemption amount is, and you only got so many days. I don't know when he said, but you got to get to a lawyer real quick. Who's this with you?
oh, that's my fiance.
Well, you're okay, ma'am. You can sit there, but do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Devlin, if I'm being too harsh, you can tell me, Judge, I think you're too harsh and I want you to be heard, and I'm going to let you be heard. And it's okay. We could agree to disagree. I just get tired of mortgage companies salivating, or the buyers of these foreclosures salivating to get the property early. It's like they don't have any, they have no patience on it. They think they can write their own rules. These people moved out. I get all this nonsense. So tell me why I'm wrong in looking at it this way. And I'll trust you're going to be respectful. I'll be happy to listen.
Your Honor, I think that the primary concern in this was the lack of communication from the defendant to us after we found the issue with the property. If you're trying to make a judicial determination that the damages that we're alleging don't arise to the level required for termination of the redemption period, I respect that. That is a finding of fact that is your job in this case. However, we were trying to get back in touch with the defendant who became non-responsive to us.
You're
It is
going to
not-
work on getting that taken care of though, right? Listen.
Hey.
You gotta have, you should be working on getting that taken care of and working on getting the property back. What is the redemptive amount? Can you tell me, Mr. Devlin?
I can give you a general idea, Your Honor. I'm gonna guess that this was a condominium foreclosure, as the amount is under $10,000.
Go figure out a way to get the money together.
Your Honor, I would
Hang
calculate the
on.
redemption period is April 16th.
Listen, figure out a way to get $10,000. I don't care if, listen, can you do that? You don't want to lose this property.
No, not at all. I haven't really had an opportunity to, because what I'm here for is,
Sir, they're asking for an early writ. They're asking me to accelerate the redemption time period and saying, give us the property back. He's let the property become uninhabitable or, now, wait a minute. Everybody wants to raise their hand out here. Just let me finish. Talk to a lawyer. Talk to Mr. Devlin. He's saying you can redeem the property for somewhere less than $10,000. You have until April 16th, right, Mr. Devlin?
Your Honor, that's my guess based off this being a 6-month redemption, which is usually what a condominium is. I don't have the sheriff deed up in front of me. I'm on my phone right now. Tough
Yeah.
for me to flip around.
Double check. I don't think I do either. Maybe I
Yeah.
do.
You should have it, Your Honor. Here, I'll verify.
Yeah, it is October 16th.
October
Listen.
16th is the sale, so
Listen.
yes, April 16th is the redemption. Your
Get the
Honor.
money together. Get the money together so you don't lose all the equity in the property, okay?
yeah,
All right. I'm dismissing this action.
Your Honor, do you need me to submit an order?
Pardon?
Do you want me to submit an order?
Please,
Will
please.
do. Will do, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck.
Have a good
I'm
day.
helping you out. Go get the money to redeem the property, okay?
get in contact with, Attorney Devlin.
Yeah, but get the money together. You might want to talk to your own lawyer. I don't know what your financial situation is. You can call Attorney Devlin and speak to him.
Absolutely, Your
Okay?
Honor.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Mr. Devlin. Golden Management versus Cindy Davy and all occupants 2600194.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Elise Rio Santiago, P 89136, standing in for Attorney Lowney.
To ensure that the case is fully resolved by the second.
Wait a minute. Who am I hearing?
So we have 2 weeks.
Are you-
Me, Carlise.
I know, but somebody else is talking. Are you Ms. Davy? You don't have to come up here, ma'am. You want to have a seat there?
Thank you.
No problem. Take your time, have a seat. There you go. All right, ma'am, did you listen to and understand the rights on the video?
Yes,
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
not at this time.
You intend to apply for funding?
No. Well, I want to ask them for repayment arrangements and consider funding.
Why don't you tell me the total amount that's owed here, counsel?
2 weeks.
Yes, Your Honor. Total
I don't need a
amount,
breakdown. Next time I'll ask.
File a motion.
total is $2,297.68.
Can you pay that?
That I will not, so I'm on disability. But I have to make payment arrangements in my, profit.
Here's what I want you to do. Why don't you apply for funding?
To whom?
Any of the agencies, they'll give you a list. Jennifer or Linda, go over with Ms. Davy. You apply for funding and ma'am, and you try to get as much money together as you can. If you're disabled, you're probably not financially sound, if I can say so nicely, and then you can use the funding and come up with money and try to pay this. Okay, so I'm gonna adjourn this to February 23rd. I'm gone on the it's President's Day, the 16th, ma'am.
Can I say some things first?
Whatever you want to say is fine with me, but listen to me.
The believe that their math is incorrect.
Okay, how much do you think that you owe?
Well, they're basing this on a $810 a month.
Yeah, but they added in February now.
February was paid.
Paid.
Your Honor, I'm
I'm not
sorry,
gonna
I
argue
did
about this.
misspeak. She does have a different balance. I was looking at the wrong ledger. I'm happy to adjourn this, and speak with Miss Davy about her, actual balance. I do apologize for the
How much do
confusion.
you think she owes now?
You're planning on either.
In the
being there with
complaint,
the-
we
Who
stated
am I
that.
hearing?
And then.
I'm sorry, we have two courts. We're in two courts right now, so, one of my coworkers is also in
Okay.
court. So I apologize about the background noise.
All right, no worries. How much do you think you owe?
Well, technically,
Just tell me how, nothing?
yes, because they're charging us on $810 a month. I'm on a Section 8 certificate. I paid $247. Granted, September's rent was very late, but it has been paid at $247. It's already been paid. So I don't understand where they got $2,000 from, or plus 2,000.
I'm sorry, so your rent is 810?
I have Section 8 certificate.
Yes, I know,
My portion,
is 247.
247.
What is the Section 8 housing supposed to be paying?
500 and
$61.
All right, so that's a total of $808 that's supposed to be paid. 810. I don't know how I made the math there, but I'll take you at your word. So listen, why are you guys so far apart? Where do you think she is now, Miss
Hi.
Sonny? Miss,
Santiago, sorry about that, Your Honor. I do have the, most updated ledger. And as of the 31st, she owed $1,316.68. If you don't mind, I also added, court cost and February rent for a total of $2,453. But, as you said, she said she's made some payments. I'm happy to see if, my
let's
clients have
adjourn
that.
this.
February. I have them from the 1st and the 5th.
No. You still owe February. They're entitled to February rent, even though you might not consider it late until the 5th. You still,
I don't
ma'am,
understand how they're charging me for that.
because it's,
Late fees on that.
did you check? Can you slow down? Slow down.
I'm sorry, I'm upset.
You're not charging late. How much are your late fees?
It doesn't appear that she's being charged late fees. Also, I'm sorry. It is just $1,316.68, without February, and that includes legal. So,
Without February?
yep, but that includes legal. So I do apologize, Your Honor. Plus,
I'm lost.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm just trying
I
to
will-
figure out.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm giving her the correct numbers. So 1 second. Plus 810. So she is at just $2,126.68, and we are more than happy to work out a payment plan as well.
But you guys are cool.
So I don't give you the whole 810. I give you 247.
Okay, hang on. Because Section 8 paid their portion of the rent.
Yes, Your Honor, it appears that it was September rent that Miss Davy has missed.
I have recorded it in the checkbook, but I don't know what happened to the check.
And then there's a balance at closing from April that I will ask my client to further explain to see if that was a discrepancy from Miss Davy or Mishta.
All right, I'm not entering ma'am, just put your phone down.
I have a readout from my
Just
agent.
put your phone down a second. I'm going to suggest that you apply for funding. I'm going to adjourn this until February 23rd. I'm going to suggest that you talk to the manager or the lawyer and you guys compare figures and you figure out what it is that you owe. You guys are really far apart here. Okay? So I'll adjourn it to February 23rd. At what time, Linda?
9:30.
Okay, February 23rd at 9:30, and I'll let you speak to Ms. Rio Santiago here or the manager in the meantime. Okay, ma'am? And you guys can, I mean, the great thing about math, I say it all the time, there's only one right answer. You guys can look at it and figure it out. And I'd suggest that you do that today or tomorrow. And then you'll understand if you want to apply for funding, you have to provide us with proof that you've done that within 5 days of today's date. Okay? So go sit down with them or call Ms. Rio Santiago today and you guys compare notes. I'm confident you can resolve that and we'll go from there, at least in terms of how much is owed or not owed.
Your Honor, may I say one more thing as well? Ms. Davy, feel free to give us a call and share us with your HAP provider or your MISHDA RPI management, whoever your housing provider is. We're more than happy to talk to them as well and get this sorted out.
Okay.
Question, what time will you be?
We're
Will you be available today?
Yeah, of course. So this is the only court case I have today. So once we're off of
Do you have her
Zoom,
phone number?
Is it the same number that's on the paperwork?
yep,
Yes?
and just ask for Rio Santiago and they'll transfer you over to me.
She seems like a very pleasant lady. Call her, okay?
Yes.
Have a good day. I wish you well. Thank you. Marsh Creek versus Treasurer Welch. 2600222. Is Treasurer Welch here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, ma'am. Your name?
Treasurer Welch.
Mr. Butchart?
Good morning, Judge Brian Butchart, P66250 for the plaintiff.
Ms. Welch, did you listen to and understand the rights on the video?
Yes.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer or apply for funding?
No.
All right. Counsel, tell me how much is owed. Just the total balance
Total balance, Judge, is $3,194, inclusive of court costs.
Do you agree that you owe that amount?
Yeah, I believe that's what February added. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to figure this out. I want you to give me a breakdown on your figures, Mr. Butchart. We'll go from there.
Sure, Judge. We have $2,954 in rent, one late fee of $70, court costs of $170, and that brings us to that $3,194 total.
All right, ma'am, you going to be able to pay that by the 12th?
Yeah, so I can pay that by the 12th. And I was also trying to get it maybe adjourned. I believe that's the right terminology. I wanted to speak with Kimberly, the lady that's at the front office. I didn't have a chance to speak with her because the note that I had court didn't get on my door until Friday, January 30th. And my work schedule, by the time I get off, she's gone. So I want to speak with Kimberly to see if we can work out a payment plan and also to extend my lease at Marsh Creek.
You tell me what you, when you can pay this.
Yeah, so if it's February 12th, I'll be able to pay it February 12th. I get paid, my next check is this month. I mean, not this month, is this Friday. So I'll be able to have the balance even more than halfway clear.
This is the judgment, counsel. If defendant pays $2,000 by February 12th of 26, writ date extended until February the 18th. Fair enough?
So $2,000 by the 12th, balance by the 18th.
Correct. So that's what I'll do for you, ma'am. And in the meantime, you can go talk to her, okay?
Okay, thank you,
But you
Your
have
Honor.
to pay $2,000 by the
12th.
12th. And then that will buy you 6 more days if you somehow can't pay it all in full by the 12th, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Wish you well. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Marsh Creek versus Larry Tufts. 2600224. Mr. Tufts, your name? You got on mute. Your name?
I did. Larry Tufts. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Mr. Butchart, your appearance?
Good morning again. Brian Butchart, P66250 for the plaintiff.
All right, Mr. Tufts, what are you doing here? Did you listen to and understand the rights?
I did.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer or apply for funding?
I do not.
Mr. Butchart, tell me the total balance owed.
The total balance, Your Honor, is $3,559.
You gonna be able to pay that, sir?
I'm gonna pay the past due portion from January. I'm gonna pay on the 4th, which is Wednesday when I get paid. And then I get paid 2 weeks after that, and I'm gonna try to get the full balance taken care of then, which would be 18th.
How much can you pay by the 4th?
The amount that I owed for January, which was, I believe, $1,967.
And
Yeah.
you said you could pay the balance when?
By the 18th.
Counsel, here's what I'll do. Give me the breakdown if you would, real quick.
Sure, Judge. It is 3,319 in rent, one late fee of $70, court costs of $170 for 3559.
I'm sorry, what's the total?
3559.
I missed the initial rent to retain. My apologies.
That's okay, Judge. 3,319.
Okay, defendant is here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a judgment after hearing for 3559. If defendant pays $19.50, sir, by February 12th, I'll extend the writ date until the 19th. So you'd have to pay the rest. 3559 minus 1950, which should be in the neighborhood of $1,609 by the 19th. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
All right. And you can submit your judgment like that, Mr. Butchart. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a good day, Mr. Tufts. Marsh Creek versus Daja Thomas. Daja Thomas. 2600226. Is she here? I don't see her.
Your Honor, we have not had her check in.
Oh, wait a minute. This is Daja Thomas over here. What's
Oh, I'm
happening?
sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. Daja Thomas, what's your name?
My name is Deja Thomas.
All right. Who's Shantique Gray? Grant.
Mother.
Are you an occupant of the property?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Butchert, your appearance?
Brian Butchart, P66250 for the plaintiff.
All right, Ms. Grant and Ms. Thomas, did you listen to and understand the rights on the video, Ms. Grant?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas,
Yes.
do you wish to speak to a lawyer or apply for funding, Ms. Grant?
Yes. Not to speak to a lawyer, but funding.
How about you, Ms. Thomas?
I agree.
I can't hear you.
I don't need to speak to a lawyer.
But do you intend to apply for funding?
Yes.
All right, here's what I'm doing. I'm going to adjourn this. We're not available on the 16th because of President's Day. I'm going to adjourn this to the 23rd at what time, Linda?
10:30, Your Honor.
And you guys have 5 days to make application for funding and provide us with proof of that from today. So you have to apply for funding and bring the proof into the court. And then on the 23rd, you're to return at that time. Do you understand that, Ms. Grant?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
All right, you're all set.
Judge,
Thank you both.
If I may, is it possible I could just read off the figures just to make sure, see if there's any disagreement with those?
Sure.
Outstanding. Okay.
Go ahead. Balance.
Balance inclusive of February and the court cost, Judge, we're showing $3,456.
All right, you guys agree that you owe that, Ms. Grant?
Can you repeat that?
Sure.
$3,456.
Okay. Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yep.
And you do as well, Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
All right, we'll see you here on the 23rd. Bring up your proof of application for funding if you're going to do that. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Marsh Creek versus Ashley O'Neill. Ashley O'Neill, 2600231. Is this a default?
We do not have her checked in, Your
You
Honor.
can go ahead and take a default, Mr. Butchart.
Thank you, Judge. You need me to recite?
Just give,
okay.
Yeah, give you the figures.
Thank you, Judge. Seeking entry, default judgment, possession only. Rent to retain is $3,079. We have two $70 late fees totaling $140. $170 in court costs for a total of $3,389.
Defendants failed to appear, or defendant failed to appear. Judgment will enter in favor of the plaintiff and against the defendant. The writ date will be the 12th of February, and 3389 is the amount to be paid to save it from the issuance of the writ. Marsh Creek versus Jada Norwood, 2600232. Is Jada Norwood here? No.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, this
I'm
is
sorry.
Jada.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Your name?
Jada Norwood.
Did you listen to and understand the rights, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer or apply for funding?
So I'm going to apply for funding, but something had happened with my bank where they shut my bank down and it was under investigation for 90 days and they just sent the check out for the rest of my money. So I was just waiting for my money because my checks has been going there. So I was just waiting for the check in the mail and then I will pay the rest.
Well, that will all resolve itself. I'm adjourning
Yeah.
this to February 23rd. You have to apply for funding
Okay.
and submit your application for funding to us. Proof of that within 5 days. I'll adjourn it to February 23rd. Is that at 10:30, Linda?
Yes, Your Honor,
What is the
10:30.
total amount due, Mr. Butchart?
Judge, my client's records are showing a total inclusive of court costs and February rent of $5,011.
Ooh. Okay, so you got to pay that, ma'am, or figure out what's
Right.
going on. You'll have to have
Right,
that
right,
paid
right.
real quick. February 23rd at 10:30, make application for funding within 5 days, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Best of luck to you, ma'am. Thanks. Marsh Creek versus Sean McKenzie, 2600233. Is McKenzie here? It doesn't appear so. Default.
No, yep, we don't have her checked in.
You can go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Entry of default judgment for possession only. Rent to retain is $5,206. We have 3 late fees of $70 each, totaling $210. We have $170 in court costs, which brings our total to $5,586.
Defendant failed to appear. Writ date will be February 12th. The amount of the judgment will be, and the amount to be saved to pay, save it from the issuance of the writ is $55.86. Victor Jordan, Marsh Creek versus Victor Jordan, 2600235. Your appearance, Mr. Butchart.
Brian Butchart on behalf of the plaintiff. Good morning.
Mr.
Victor,
Jordan has not checked in.
you can take your default.
Thank you, Your Honor. Seeking possession only. Rent to retain possession is $3,341. We have 1 late fee of $70, court costs of $170, for a total of $3,581.
Defendant failed to appear. The relief requested will be granted. That is a default judgment of possession in favor of plaintiff against defendant. The writ date in this case will be February 12th. The amount to be paid to save it from the issuance of the writ is $3,581. Shanae Johnson, Marsh Creek versus Shanae Johnson, 2600236. Ma'am, your name?
Shanae Johnson.
Mr. Butchart?
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Butchart, P662504 for the plaintiff.
Ma'am, did you listen to and understand the rights on the video?
Yes.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer or apply for funding?
Apply for funding. I've been trying to apply for funding. A lot of places have denied me. They said that my income to
You don't need to explain. You have to make your application for funding within 5 days. I'm adjourning this to February 23rd at 10:30. You have to make your application within 5 days and provide proof that you've made that by bringing it up to the court. Mr. Butchart, you give me the total balance owed right now.
Yes, Your Honor. That total is $4,283.
You understand that, ma'am? He thinks you owe $4,283. Any
Yes.
questions?
no.
We'll see you on the 23rd. Make sure you make your application for funding. Good luck. Marsh Creek versus Sarah Birmingham, 2600239. Is Sarah Birmingham here?
She is not checked in, Your Honor.
We'll take a default, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Seeking possession only. Rent to retain possession, $3,312. See, maybe I made an error in calculating my late fees, Judge.
Take your time.
I'm sorry, bear with me a second. Oh, this one for some reason only has $50 late fees. So we have accumulated late fees of $150. We have court costs of $170, and that brings our total to $3,632.
Defendant failed to appear. The relief request will be granted. Default judgment of possession in favor of plaintiff against defendant. Writ date will be on the 12th, 3632 is the amount of the judgment. Marsh Creek versus Shanna Logan. Shanna Logan here, 2600297. She's not here, is she, Linda?
She is, Your Honor. She's coming on right now.
Okay, ma'am, your name?
Shayna Logan.
Did you listen to and understand the rights on the video?
Yes.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer or apply for funding?
No, I was in a car accident, so I get paid once a month by Progressive.
Slow down 1 second. Mr. Butchart, your appearance.
Brian Butchart, P662504, the plaintiff.
Give me the total amount owed right now.
$3,477, Your Honor.
Mr. Trout, you're going to have to take your hat off, please, sir. Ma'am, do you agree that you owe that amount?
I believe so.
All right. So when can you pay this?
I get a check from Progressive on the 25th of February.
And is that going to be able to cover it?
I'm hoping so. I think so.
Counsel, give me a breakdown, please.
Judge, we're showing $3,237 in rent, one late fee of $70, court costs of $170 for a total of $34.77.
Ma'am, I'll give him a judgment in that amount. You said the 20 what? Third?
The 25th.
Writ date in this case is going to be the 26th. So you either have to pay that by the 26th or you have to vacate, okay?
Okay.
I can't do better than that. And that will be it after hearing. Is that it, Mr. Butchart? You'll submit an order?
Yes, Judge. I believe that's it for me. It's like running a race with you, Judge.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Ma'am, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Williamsburg versus Alexander Trout, 2600157. Is Alexander Trout? Mr. Trout, your name?
It's Alex Trout.
Ms. Cohen?
Carolyn Cohen, P49391, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Mr. Trout, did you listen to and understand the rights?
Yes.
Do you wish to apply for funding or talk to a lawyer?
Oh, no, I was looking to see if I could set up a payment.
Okay, why are you walking? Where are you right now? Just
I'm at
stop.
the store right now.
Well, can I just have you stop,
Yeah,
please?
give me 1 second. Let me get into an aisle.
Ms. Cohen, give me your breakdown.
The breakdown is, there is,
Sir, just stop. Will you stop for me, please? Thank you. Go ahead.
$1,716.54 in rent, $170 late fee, for a total of $18.93 and 8 cents.
You had court costs or something? You said $17.16.54 and a $70 late fee. That's $17.86.
And then there is $176.54 in court costs.
All right, so you should have 1786, 1886, 1962, 1963, and 8 cents. Is it 54, 176.54 in costs?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me just do it. If there's an error, I apologize. You're right. No, when I add the 1646.54 and the 70, I get 1716.54.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, that's the problem. You got to give me just a rent to retain. What is the rent to retain right now?
The rent to retain is 1646.54.
Okay.
$170 late fee.
Okay.
And $176.54 in court costs.
So you got 1716.54, 1816, 1892, 1893.08. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. That will be the amount. The writ date will be February the 12th.
He just said he wanted to enter into a payment.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Trout, my apologies. How much, can you pay this by the 12th?
They told me it should be 613 because I had paid, I think, like 2,000 something not too long ago before all this happened.
Well, today's February 2nd. That's why we included February rent in there.
Oh, okay. I mean, I should be able to get February rent by the end of the month, but I can get this month, like this, whatever, by Friday, the 613 or whatever that's left.
Okay, so why don't we do
for a living, and it's been so cold out, we haven't been able to work. So I just got this new job. I didn't know I was going to have to get a new job, so
I'm gonna
I
extend
literally
your probation until, June the 3rd of 26. Additional probation fees assessed of $40. You're gonna have to pay $100 a week. Can you do that?
yeah, I can do that.
You pay $100 per week beginning on February the 9th. All money due by,
Your Honor, can you start me next week? I literally just started working, so I might be like, I'm thinking they're going to hold a check.
February 16th. All money due by May 1. All right, so you're gonna have to make some extra payments. Good luck to you. Oh, wait, and you got another one here, Mr. Lightberg. You've owed this since October. This is on hang on, B1495818. You got defaulted. I gave you till January 28th to pay. I want to make sure that Heather or somebody's on there, Jennifer or Linda, please. They're going to have to.
You want me to give Heather a call and have her jump on?
Yeah, please.
Sure.
Tell me when, is Heather on there yet?
All right.
Just tell her to take a good look at these Ligber files. I want to make sure.
She's jumping in right now, Your Honor.
Heather, on this Jesse Andrew Ligber, I've got a 25B149581A. I'm giving him until April 1 to pay that. April 1 to pay that one. And then on the other file, 25B149581B, that's the misdemeanor. I'm extending his probation by 2 months until June the 3rd. He has to pay additional probation fees of $40, and he's to pay $100 per week, beginning February 16th, with all money due by May 1 of 26. I'm going to send it down. Just take a good look at both of those citations for me, okay? But that's the changes. I want to make sure that they didn't go unnoticed, all right?
Okay, Judge.
Thank you. Epic Property versus Jillian Carroll and Ryan Carroll, 2600141. Good morning, Mr. Cox.
Good morning, Your Honor. Pleasure to see you, Judge Aaron Cox. I'm appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Do I have Jillian Carroll here? And do I have Ryan Carroll here?
Neither one have checked in, Your Honor.
All right, and this was scheduled for 8:30, and they paid for a second mailing. You can go ahead and proceed with your default, Mr. Cox.
Thank you, Your Honor. Due to the defendant's failure to appear, we are asking the court to enter a default possession-only judgment at this time. The rent to retain is $838. There are court costs of $223.56.
Your breakdown with your late fees, please.
I can, Judge. Filing fee is $55. Service fee is $65.13. The court mailing fee is $26. The statutory attorney fee is $75. And then the e-filing fee is $2.43.
About the late fees.
Oh, yeah, sure, Judge. Yep. The late fees that we are seeking at this time are $50, Judge.
50 total?
Yep, 50 total.
So you have past due rent of 88, late fees of 50, total 838. Plus you have $223, so it should be 1,061. Am I right?
Judge, I've got 56 cents in between. There's a 13-cent amount on the service fee and then a 43-cent amount on
Yeah,
the.
thousands. I didn't have those. 1,061.56. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Writ date will be on the 12th. I'm going to ask you to get that to me as soon as you can this morning, okay?
No problem, Your Honor.
Epic versus Canaz Lawson and Lonina Shields, 2600142.
Good morning again, Judge Aaron Cox appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
I don't see either one of them.
No, neither party checked in, Your Honor.
Go ahead. Give me your breakdown if you would, counsel. Start with rent to retain, please.
Your Honor, the rent to retain at this time is $1,933.14. We have court costs of $200.
What about late fees?
I'm pulling them up right now, Your Honor. Judge, it's $50 per month for 2 months.
So it's $1,833.14 plus 100, and your total court costs?
$223.56.
All right, 1923, 1123, 1146, 70, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Writ date will be 2/12. I still want to thank those nuns, Mr. Cox. They pounded additions, subtractions, and thanks to, the nuns, it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Anyway, writ date will be the 12th, fault judgment. Epic versus Latasha Norris, 2600143. Is Norris here? All right.
Your Honor, she did not check in.
Thank you. Default judgment will enter. You can tell me your rent to retain only, then late fees, please.
Your Honor, the rent to retain is $1,524.40. We do have $100 in late fees. That's $50 per month for 2 months. The total rent to retain with late fees is $1,624.40. We have court costs of $184.17. The total is $1,808.57.
Defendant failed to appear. I thought you said 1524.46.
Just 40, Judge.
Oh, 40. Okay, I'm sorry. 1808.57. Writ date will be on the 12th of February. I'll again ask you to submit that judgment this morning, if you would, please. Epic versus Lauren Singer, 2600144.
Your Honor, she did not check in.
Okay, you can go ahead and proceed with your default.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, we are seeking a rent to retain of $4,032.91. There are late fees of $100. That is $50 per month for 2 months. The total is $4,132.91. We have court costs of $184.17 for a total judgment of $4,317.08.
Defendant failed to appear. Default judgment is entered. Writ date will be February the 12th. The amount to be paid to save it is $4,317.08. Is that it, or do you have Progressive? Progressive Housing versus Jamie Rose and Michael Rose Jr., 2600148. Good morning, Mr. Rose. Your appearance, please. You have to unmute. There you go.
Okay.
Name?
Michael Rose.
Where's Jamie at?
I don't know, sir.
Is that what relationship is Jamie with you?
She's my wife.
Are you guys still married?
We are.
She still live there?
She does, but we're separated right now. So I think she's with her mom. I'm not sure.
All right. Did you listen to and understand the rights on the rights form, the video?
Yes, I did.
You wish to speak to a lawyer?
I'm not sure on that right now, but I'm gonna try to get assistance.
Okay, so you intend to apply for funding?
Yeah, I do, yes.
All right, I'm gonna adjourn this. Mr. Cox, your name?
Your Honor, Aaron Cox, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
So you're entitled to a 2-week adjournment. You have to get your proof that you've applied for funding to us within 5 days, okay, sir?
Okay.
So you'll have to bring that up to the courthouse. What are we doing on this, Jennifer, or you don't have to be in here now, Heather. I just wanted you in here on that one case. Jennifer, what day am I doing that week? The 16th is
Judge, the 16th is actually a holiday. We won't be here. So we could push this to the 23rd if you'd like.
yeah, we'll do the 23rd at what time?
About 8:30.
8:30. Okay, so make sure you get that up here, sir. And you understood all your rights, correct?
I do.
All right. If Jamie has any interest in being there, you should tell her to come to this, okay? The next hearing date, all right?
You said the 23rd
Correct.
at 8:30?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, good luck.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you.
Red Hawk
Bye-bye.
versus Christian Dew. Christian Dew, 2600154. Dew. Christian Dew here, you guys?
Your Honor, he did not check in with us.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Cox, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Aaron Cox appearing on behalf of the plaintiff. Your Honor, due to defendant's failure to appear, we would ask the court to enter a default possession only judgment at this time. Judge, there's $4,231.31. That's the rent. There is a $95 late fee on this file. That would bring us
Is that for 2 months or 3 months?
for 1 month, Judge.
I cap it at 70. 75. 75, I'm sorry.
That would bring us to $4,306.31 in total rent and late fees. We have $184.17 in costs. I believe that puts us at $4,490.48.
Yep. Defendant failed to appear. Default judgments entered. Writ date will be on the 12th. And again, I'll ask you to submit those this morning if you can, please. Let's see. You have Redwood. Redwood versus Gennaro, Cason, and Sarah Denson. 2600220.
Your
Either
Honor,
one.
I did not have either one check in.
Okay, you can go ahead, Mr. Cox. State your appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Aaron Cox appearing on behalf of the plaintiff. Your Honor, I apologize. I'm pulling up the late fee on this one to make sure it's accurate. Yep. Judge, we have going to be $4,181.17 in rent to retain. There is $170 late fee. And then, Judge, we have costs in this case of $223.56. The total being $4,474.73.
Defendant failed to appear. Both defendants did. They are in default. Default judgments entered in favor of the plaintiff against defendant. The writ date will be February the 12th. The amount to be paid to save it is 44743. Progressive Housing, 2600148.
Judge, I think we did the progressive housing file already.
Thank you. Thank you. We did. Do you have any more?
The last one I show, I've got the Epic versus Chmielewski, Lefebvre, and Van Horn.
Yeah, that there. Did I take it?
I've got that file ending in 221, Judge.
I accidentally passed that somehow. Or didn't call that. I called the rest.
Do you need the case number, Your Honor?
Wait a minute. Is this, yeah, I got it, I think. Epic Property versus Ariana Shimolowski, Dustin Lefevre, and James Van Horn, 2600221. Ma'am, your name?
Ariana Shimolowski.
Are any of the other defendants here, Lefevre or Van Horn?
He is not.
Well, there's two of them.
Oh, okay. The Dustin Lefevre is not. He resides in Texas right now. We did split apart.
What
That was
about
the
James
father.
Van Horn? What about him?
He's on hospice right now.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Mr. Cox, states your name.
Good morning, Judge. Aaron Cox appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Did you listen to and understand their rights, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Your Honor, yes.
And do you wish to speak to a lawyer?
I don't think so.
Do you intend to apply for funding? Talk to me.
Yes. Yes, I do. I'm just trying to think of that might be the best option, and I will do that.
How much is owed? Give me the total balance. I don't need a breakdown.
Certainly, Judge. The total inclusive of costs is $1,406.80.
So, ma'am, you better kind of get going on that. If you want to apply for funding, I'm going to give you
Your Honor,
wait.
I shouldn't.
Wait. I'm going to give you February the 23rd at 8:30. You have to apply for funding and get us the proof of that by the end of within 5 business days. The total you owe was $1,406.80. I'm going to adjourn this until February 3rd.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
Your
February
Honor,
the 23rd
that's
at
the
8:30.
23rd. No.
23rd at 8:30, sorry. Monday morning. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand? Do you have any questions?
I don't. Thank you.
Any more of these, Mr. Cox?
That's it for me this morning, Judge. I think we've got a one with you later this morning, but that's it for
Have
me.
a good one if I don't see you. Thank you.
You as well, Judge. Great to see you.
You too. Do I have LVNV versus Zakaria here? LVNV funding versus Christopher Zakaria.
In this courtroom session, the judge isn't yelling, but the pressure is real. Case after case, tenants don't even show up, and the result is immediate. Default judgments are entered, eviction dates are set, and thousands of dollars are locked in, without a single argument being heard. For those who do appear, there's still a small window. One man explains his situation, says he's trying to get financial help, and the judge gives him a short delay, but with strict conditions. Bring proof within 5 days, or the case moves forward anyway. Meanwhile, landlords calmly list unpaid rent, late fees, and court costs, numbers climbing into the thousands, and the judge simply confirms, calculates, and finalizes. No drama, just decisions. The pattern becomes clear fast. Show up, and you might get time. Don't show up, and you lose instantly. Because in this courtroom, silence doesn't protect you. It costs you everything. Like and subscribe for more real courtroom moments.